Sharada world. There is no Sharada world as such. The actual name is Sharda, not Sharada. It's Sharda and is the name of a writing that is very well known. Is known after Sharda Devi, whose temple is in a very dilapidated state in Azad Kashmir. So please remember that it is not Sharada, it's Sharda. Thank you very much. I don't agree with your title, the Pathan. You should have written the Pakhtoons. So I said, why are you angry with him? He said, he has vitiated our name. We are not Pathans at all, we are Paktue. But then I told him that the process was started by you. You yourself vitiated this name. Why don't you follow the correct name? He asked me, what is the correct name? Then I told him that the Scythian tribes living in the Pusht of Pakhtoon, they are known as Pushtoon. Paktue is not correct. They are known as Pushtoon because they were living at the Pusht of the Kohe Suleiman. That area is still known as Pusht. The southern slopes of Kohe Suleiman, down to Didi Khan, Diye Khan, this area still got Pusht. The people of those areas, they are several separate ethnic origins. Some of them are Turks, some of them are Ephthalites, some of them are Shakas, Scythians, and so many other tribes. All of them are Pashtun because they are living there. But I said my Pashto Academy friend that you have vitiated that name and you now call yourself Pakhtoon. I said I agree with you that perhaps some of your forefathers could not pronounce Sheen properly. Therefore, Sheen was converted into Heen. And it's all right if you say you are Pakhtoon. But the process, who started the process? You have yourself started the process. Then he said, why has Caro written Pathan? Then I told him that in Kumar, if you cross the Indus, then when Sheen and Te come together, they become Te. So, Pushtan, Sheen and Te come together. Across the Indus, they become Pathan. So what is wrong with Pathan? It's just a matter of pronouncing a word. Pathan is the same as Paktue. Paktue is the same as Pushtun. So why are you angry with Caro? But he said, no, he was from Swati. He said, I'm Paktun, I'm not Pashtun, I'm not Pathan, I'm Paktun. Now this, I mentioned this Caro because he has also done many other things. For the early history of the valley of Peshawar, it greatly depends upon the statements of Herodotus. middle of the 5th century BC. And Herodotus writes that the Achaemenian emperor Darius, in Persian it is Dariush, commissioned a Carthaginian sailor, some people call him admiral. His name was Scylax. Admiral Scylax was commissioned by Darius to survey the course of the river Indus. This is what Herodotus writes. He says he began his voyage in the country Paktue, near the town Kaspa, I have written this name, Kaspa Toros. He set sail in the river near the town Kaspa Toros, in the country Paktue, of the people Paktue. Now there is a problem. Where is this country? Where is this Kaspa Toros? Who are the people Paktue? Caro immediately jumped at the conclusion that Paktue are Pakhtoon. He was not alone. There are many other writers who think the same way, that Paktue of Herodotus are Pakhtoons of the Peshawar Valley. This has created a very complicated issue. So when I went through the whole evidence, I found that Pakhtoons of the Peshawar Valley first came early in the 16th century AD. This is clearly written by regveda Baba. And also Rahmat Khan Badais, his history is very well known in the Pashto Academy, and they mostly depend upon it. The earliest Pashtuns came early in the 16th century. In fact, there is no evidence to prove that before the end of the 14th century, there was any Pakhtoon in the Peshawar Valley. Herodotus wrote in the 5th century BC, and Caro thinks that Paktue are Pakhtoons. Who is trustworthy? Caro or regveda Baba, who was contemporary? Caro is writing centuries after that. Paktun Pakhtoon, the Rizal writes that his father accompanied the. What is the meaning of Paktue? Written by Herodotus. They were the people living here in the Peshawar Valley in the 5th century BC. Who were they? If they were not Pakhtoon, who were they? No, Paktue is written Paktue. European writers read this word Paktue. I read it Pakt. Why? UE at the end indicates that the letter preceding it is not a Greek letter. It's just like Vogue. Do you pronounce it Vogue? It's Vogue. Rogue. Do you pronounce it Rogu? It's Rogue. Paktue. In Islamic college, I gave a talk and I mentioned this thing. At the end, while we are sitting for tea, a Pashto Academy scholar came to me and in my ear said that even Pakhtoons. He said, perhaps I don't know this way. But I said, very good. Thank you very much for this nice information. No, he said, I think that perhaps he thinks that since he belongs to the Pashto Academy, therefore he knows everything about Pashtuns. So these are traces of the Paktue tribe who lived in the Peshawar Valley in the 5th century BC. What is Paktue book? Written by Herodotus. Now, fortunately, another Greek writer, Arcadius, he wrote his account almost 50 to 60 years before Herodotus. And he says Kaspa Porus is a city of Gandhara. So it makes obvious that Paktue is actually Gandhara. I'm pronouncing this word incorrectly, but I will tell you that's not it. It's very clear. Paktue is Gandhara. Kaspa Torus, written by Herodotus, is rendered as Kaspa Porus, not Torus, but Porus by Arcadius. Cairo thinks that Kaspa Porus is actually Peshawar. Because he says, although it's not correct, he says that in Sanskrit Peshawar is called Pursh-war. So Kaspa Porus means at the end of this is Por. And Kaspa may be in fact Pashpa. Now when you're writing, quickly, you can write kaspa, you can write paspa. Just like we say, some people say chaku, others say kachu. So it may be, he says, Peshawar, because it becomes very close to Purshore and also to Purshore. I have read Al-Baruni's book in Arabic. Purshore is written there. Sakhawu translated this work in English, and he also translated as Purshore. The actual word is Pursh-war. But if you write it Purshore, then both the parts are joined together. Then it becomes Purshore. But if you write Pursh-war, two separate words, then you can easily say that it's really not Purshore, but Pursh-war. What is Pursh? Pursh actually in Sanskrit means man, human being. Pursh is a great creation of God. Pursh is God itself. Var is actually var. In Urdu we say bad. In Hinko it's vada, bada, vada. Vada or bad of Pursh. It seems that some area in Peshawar was earmarked where Pursh was worshipped. So that place came to be known as Pursh-war. From Pursh-wada it became Pursh-war. And Pursh-war, when written in Arabic letters, it becomes Purshore. But these are two separate words. Pursh-war. It became a sacred area. And after this name, all the locality around it came to be known as Purshore, or Pursh-war. About the 10th century AD, yogis from the Tilla Yogiya came and they occupied this sacred site. They built a wall on all the four sides. That is Var or Bara. And